Hello, YouTube and Facebook family. How you doing tonight? I came on tonight. We're going to be talking about a very serious topic about mental illness. I talk about things that, like I say, if the feeling have to hit me, and I have to feel it in my heart and soul, just like I guess preachers on Sunday morning, you have to feel it. And what I feel today with so much going on is about mental illness, the stress that's happening to everyone today. I don't know if you feel it, but I feel it. I mean, when I go outside, it's like a tightness in the air. And so that's what I want to talk about, being stressed out. Everybody is stressed out today. And we all may feel like we're just in the darkness or we're getting sucked into this loophole of chaos. So let's talk about mental illness tonight. And if anybody's out there that want to comment, feel free to comment. Let me put my comments will show up on screen. Okay. Let me turn this down. Because like I said, it is a serious topic tonight about mental illness. How do you feel? What stresses you out? For me, one thing with this pandemic out here, you're feeling more stressed because you're hearing different things on TV as far as what's good for you. Are you going to get the disease? How many deaths are happening right now? You can't, well, here, I know some states, the medical facilities is not open because they are catering to COVID victims, which I can't see why they can't have one hospital dedicated to COVID and the rest should be medical business going on as usual. But I guess that's a topic for another day. But just the stress of it all. Today we heard the CDC did a whole total black backflip on everybody. 1 minute is keep your kids home. It's not safe, and then the next minute, in today, in 24 hours, all of a sudden, it's bad to have your child at home. It's doing them more harm. Lies, lies. That's all we see. It's lies. They caved into the pressure of the administration. That's about all to it. 1 minute, we know that the kids could bring home to their old parents and their old grandparents, but now everything is okay. Well, what about the people that was homeschooled pre-COVID? Are they harmed? I have family members that homeschooled their kids up through, I think, about second and third grade. I don't see nothing has been done to them. So it's just so much out here. That's what's causing the stress. That and just bullying. And I'm not even talking about kids bullying, adult bullying. If you feel a certain way, it's election year. If you're for Trump, if you're for Biden, everybody have an opinion. If you have a different opinion, they don't want to talk to you, or you're not black enough, or you're not white enough, or you just crazy. It's just like I say, bullying. Being canceled out. We all know what happened in Nick Cannon. I did a story on that last week. And I'm gonna do an update on that also. But Nick Cannon got canceled out just because he apologized to the Jewish community. Now, whether it was right or wrong, we're not going to talk about that tonight, but just for the fact that he did it, It was like, he even wrote a statement saying that when he was at his lowest point, that he didn't think it could get any lower, but his own community turned on him. I mean, no support nowhere. So what could that do to you mentally? That's bullying. That really is bullying. Somebody don't think like you. I mean, I always say with me, I don't think like a lot of people, so we could always agree to disagree. But for some people, it's like a cutoff. You don't think like me is a automatic X cut. Is that sensible? I mean, we're not connected at the hips. We got our own mind, or they bully you to death, or talk about you, or front you on TV or social media. I mean, it's just a canceling society. That could be hurtful. We heard about Kanye and his mental illness. Now, Kanye does have problems. He do. Whether or not this is an episode, it could be. He's putting out one thing I could say about Kanye, whether he's mentally or not, he knows how to market. So he knows how to stay relevant, especially in this society right here, where one thing 2020 have taught us, calamity can come to anybody, no matter what's your social background, whether you rich or poor. All these people out here that you thought had money, these reality show people that be talking about I'm a rich bitch or whatever, they're not so rich. We even seen if you watch those shows like Love and Hip Hop, at the time the pandemic got shown, Kurt Frost was the first one yelling, "What we gonna do?" He probably forgot he was on TV, but what we gonna do? Well, you living all up there, rolling and balling. I mean, you figure out what you're gonna do, but that show you he must be living paycheck to paycheck. And I remember for a minute, they was on social media, not knowing how long this was gonna last, talking about, all y'all want to get y'all stimulus $1,200 check. He. Well, apparently now it ain't so funny. A lot of people need that $1,200 stimulus check, don't they? And so, right now everybody is getting squotes. Everybody, from the rich with the stock market, and I'm telling you, the stock market has been down. It's hurting everybody, believe me. Even today, as we speak, the stock market has gone down. So the rich echelon is getting squoze. The middle class is getting squoze. I don't know how many classes under the middle class, because sometimes you have the working poor that works, but still you working check to check. But food prices is going up. I mean, I just feel like playing Marvin Gaye, what's going on? Because it's just everybody's fighting. You got the governor suing the mayor. You got people in the, Democrats and Republicans fighting in between the parties. It's like everybody's just fighting, and the stress is just getting too much. It's just getting too much. You don't feel like you have support out here. Where could you go? Who could you talk to? And if you got anything to say out here in YouTube land, tell me what you're going through, because it's a lot. I know I feel it. I do. I feel it. So I know everyone else do too. And we hear nowadays that so many young people, and not even young people, but I want to speak especially to the young people. They are harming themselves, doing stuff that's irrational. They're not able to handle the stress of today. Now, I admit these are unprecedented times. For me, I'm not going to say how old I am, but I done lived a long time. And these are unprecedented times. But this is life. It is. It's life. Life is ups and downs, round the corner. Take it from experience. Whenever you have a good day and the sun is shining, appreciate it because it's not going to last for long. Just like you have those sunny days, you have rainy days. But it's just sad to me to see how these young people are not able to cope. Why? When I was growing up, my mother always said, live with a plan B. And never, well, she said a lot of things really, but live with a plan B, never depend on anybody, never make yourself so vulnerable that you have to do things that you don't want to do just to survive. Now, I do know there's different circumstances with everyone, and there's no black and white to life, no matter how you frame it. But some things, when I look at how, I have raised my kids, and it wasn't easy. But as a parent, I knew I had to raise my kids. And sometimes I know I heard from people saying, you're kind of tough and the things you say. Because I had this talk with my son. When my kids was growing up, from jumping on my lap to the time that they could walk, I was always emphasizing, when you turn 18, you're going to go off to college, or, that's what my hopes was. But if they didn't go to college, they was going to do something. They wasn't going to lay around my house. So it was always put in their head that you're going to leave out of here. Never once did I say a if or I hope, or I'm going to always have the door open. I didn't say that. Why? Because not that I wouldn't let my kids ever come back, because I would definitely, if they needed something, I would definitely help. If they ever, something within reason. Now, I'm not down for a lot of foolishness, and I'm not a crab that's gonna go down in the bucket with you just for your foolishness. I believe that. But what I'm saying is that I always believed, I thought my mother was hard, but when I grew up, I seen some of the people that grew up with me. And when I was out in the house looking outside, I always thought, boy, she is so mean. Why she won't let us do this? Why she keeps saying this? Why, we have to do this? But, as an adult, I appreciate it. It made me stronger. It made me adapt to things a lot better and realize the world is not always going to baby me. I'm going to have to stand up on my own 2 feet. And that's exactly what she taught us. And with my kids, that's what I always wanted them to know. I didn't want them. I told my son, I didn't want you to think that if you go out there and hit a tight bump in the road, that you're not worried about it because my mom lives 2 blocks down. Or, I could just run over to my mother's house, or I could pick up that phone. I didn't want them to think like that. So I always just told them, when you turn 18, because 18 was my mark off, you go to college and I'll support you while you're in college. Of course, you're going to get a part-time job, but as long as you helping yourself, I'll help you. But after that, you are a man. I have boys. If it was girls, you would be a woman, but you are a man. And I think it helped them more than it hurt them. They learned how to walk. It's just like a bird. When a bird have a chick, you have to push them out that nest. Now I know it's hard. It is hard. My kids always on the mind. But you have to push them out that nest because that's the only way they're going to learn how to fly. And I look at the kids now these days, and not even the kids. I know some 40 and 50-year-old adults live 2 blocks away from their parents and wouldn't have it no other way. Even their parents wouldn't have it no other way. But is it good for them? Myself, as for me, I'm not going to be here. I'm older. I'm not going to be here 100 years. I may not even be here tomorrow. I want to know that my kids could walk. I don't want everything that I have worked for in life to go kapoof when I'm gone. I want to know that they know how to pay their bills. They know how to handle their money. That they know how to walk. I don't want them depending on a wife. I don't want them depending on nobody. And sometimes I think, why do these people can't handle stress? Now, stress is out there. Stress is out there. Are we not raising them for the valleys and the mountains of life? I don't know. You all tell me what you think. I mean, I don't know. I know this generation, we have done a lot for in hopes of preserving them from some of the heartaches or, having more than we had because we didn't want our kids to suffer. But have we done them more harm? That's what I wonder, because I think they don't know how to handle stress. Now we know in the African American community, it really pains me because in our culture, we're just getting around to learning that it's okay to go see someone if you need to talk to someone. If you need a counselor or sometimes you may need medication. It's okay. But we have this stigma around our friends that, we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about we had to get medication. We don't want to talk about we need counseling. We just rather internalize things. And parents that have kids that's acting out, some people say, they just need a spanking, or they just ball, or they just this and that. Could be, but also something could be going on in there. Sometimes people need to talk to someone that may not necessarily be you. It may be somebody that they're unfamiliar with. They feel more comfortable talking about. Sometimes you can't go to friends. Friends sometimes blast your business all around the neighborhood. Or either when they get mad at you, they blast your business all around. Children sometimes don't feel comfortable talking to parents. Did you talk to your children on a routine basis growing up? So what make you think they're going to feel comfortable talking to you if they're getting bullied at school or, something's going wrong? They getting at the age that they interested in having sex and because your religious belief, they too scared to come to you because they already know that's a black and white area for you. Things are happening out here. We have to be more conscious of, we need to prepare our kids that it's okay to feel stressed out. It's okay if you need help. And it's okay for parents to show tough love to prepare your kids for the future. It's okay. We got in such of a habit of being so condescending when the whole world is not condescending to us. We don't prepare ourselves. We think things, if we led a good life or was raised in a good environment, then you go out there and you run into racism, discrimination, or somebody don't like you, or things don't go your way, you don't get that job promotion, and when you know you earned it, uh, you can't afford to buy the clothes that you want to buy to keep up, then you feel somebody done you wrong. Nobody didn't do you wrong. It's life. Like I say, life is a roller coaster. You got to deal with it. Anytime you're feeling bad, there's always a tomorrow. Just remember that. Always a tomorrow. And when things, sometimes you could come in and it seems like the whole world is closing in. I guarantee you, if you feel like that, whether you believe in God or not, some people do, some people don't. Whatever you believe in, some things you have in your control and some things you can't. The things that you don't have in your control, you have to just let it go. Just let it go. And tomorrow, it may not be gone away, but it will be another day to start over again. And the next day always look a little brighter than the day that you're sitting inside a bunch of stuff that you just don't know how to get out from under. It's true. There's been, we look at things like Tamar Braxton, that she overdosed or tried to overdose. Now look at Tamar, one of the reality stars that seem to have everything going for it, everything. And she overdosed or tried to overdose, as is alleged, because the network wanted her or didn't give her the contract or wanted her to display herself on TV like some of these reality stars that, the vicious, mad black women. She was tired of it. I could understand that. I heard that she put on her Instagram page, Tamar the Slave Braxton. She was tired of it. Just like I remember Prince went through that. Tired of it. Understandable. Understandable. But everybody have problems. Is that enough to kill yourself? I mean, that's so. I understand depression. I get depressed. I understand depression. But people, don't think about yourself all the time. That's so selfish and self-centered when you're in that hole and all you thinking about is things didn't go my way. She has a child. A child. Think about this. Think about the child gonna grow up with the stigma of I must couldn't make my mom happy that she decided to harm herself. That's a hell of a drug to deal with, especially for a child. I mean, you have a little precious little boy that I would hope that you want to see grow up to adulthood to become a young man, hopefully get married, have his own kids, and what are you thinking about is the contract didn't go my way. That's sad. It really is. and she was with her boyfriend. Now, there's a lot of things that, her family is saying, putting it on the boyfriend, making her do this, and the boyfriend is the problem. I don't know. Now, I heard that 911 call. It do sound funny that all he's thinking about is what happened with the movie producer or the film producer also. I mean, that is kind of shady if you ask me. I mean, at the time that you're back here overdosing, and he's talking about what went on during the day with the 911 operator who is being nothing but nosy. I mean, that's another story for another day. But I'm just saying, I mean, she has so much to live for. If nothing but her child, you have so much to live for. But to be honest with you, it's my personal opinion that Tamar need mental health therapy anyway, way before all of this. If you looked at the Braxtons, she was always wanting to be the center of attention. If things don't go her way, she scream and holler like a little child. She always needed mental health, mental health. But like I say, in our community, we don't really promote it. So it's just overlooked as she just spoiled, she just going through stuff. Oh, that's Tamar. She needed mental health before. All this neck jerking and all this, got to be this and that and this and that. That's a sign. That's a sign for you need help. You need help. Just like Kanye. Now, getting back on the subject of Kanye, I don't know if he is having a breakdown, or because he is a good marketing genius. So, if he just want to stay in the limelight, because right now it's hard for people in the music industry, people in the movies. Nobody's making any movies. Basically, nobody is really not making any money right now. Period. I mean, people that thought they was gonna have their come up, everything has stopped. So it's not a lot of money being made. I mean, it's not. So I don't know if he's using mental health as a tool to get attention, because it is working, or if he's really gone off his medicine, and he's just going off. But regardless, I was on Twitter when listening to somebody had text me saying, listen to Kanye, look at his Twitter. I looked at it, and really it was sad to me. But you would be surprised at how many people, this is what I say about canceling and bullying, talking about Kanye, dogging him out, laughing at him, creating memes and stuff like that, when it really ain't funny. I mean, either way, if Kanye is really mentally off, or if he is doing it on purpose, either way, it's sad. I feel sorry for him either way, because to go to this level, it's sad. But one good thing, people, I want to put up, if you're feeling bad out there, I'm going to say, if you're feeling bad, I heard that this organization, I wrote it down, called the Jason Foundation, they have just got approved. You know how I'm going to show you the suicide helpline? You used to, well, you still have to for right now. Go to this 1-800 number if you need to talk to someone, or if you're feeling that depressed that you just feel like you can't cope. It's a 1-800 number. But the Jason Foundation has just got the FCC to approve a number just like the 911. It's called 988. It's not in effect yet, but it hopefully will be in effect in the next couple of months. So you don't have to, because we all know that when you get kind of out of your head and you in your own thoughts, who remembers a 800 number? Or who thinks to go look, let me find this 1-800 number? Oh, problems. But anyway, they're going to change that to 988. So pretty soon, just like everybody can remember 911, you can remember 988 and get help a lot quicker. Also, I'm going to put up this plug. If you need advice and need to talk to someone, go visit www.virtualfriend.net. No topic is off limits. Whatever you talk about will not be shared or discussed with anybody else. If you just need to talk, visit the website. And I'm going to end with this because I'm not going to make this video that long. But people, one important thing, don't be afraid to talk to someone. Everybody gets down. Everybody have their moments. And believe me, what you're going through, 500,000 people are going through it too. We just don't talk about it. Just because I don't tell you all my business don't mean I don't get depressed. Don't mean me and my husband ain't about to tear up this place just fussing and fighting. It don't mean that I don't have, I got it going on. Everybody have the same problems. We just don't talk about it. So with that being said, you all stay good out there and hope to see you on Sunday on Let's Chat. I didn't have anybody chat with me tonight by making comments. I was kind of sad about that. I know you're going through something, but like I said, you know, nobody wants to talk. It's time to talk, people. Release that stress because there's so much of it out here. But in the meanwhile, like I say, stay safe out here. Stay true to yourself. And let's keep pushing. We'll chat on Sunday. Hopefully Sunday, I don't know, I may do money on Sunday. It's so hard because, like I say, stocks kind of had me down today. But you know, we could talk about preparing because I'm gonna say this. Another reason why people are so stressed because a lot of people didn't plan for this day right here. And what I mean for that is, you know, I told you, I always live by prepare for tomorrow. You should always have, people want to live like the Joneses, want to, front. They see all these housewives on TV, and like I say, everybody think everybody is rich, and you want to keep up with that. No, now you're finding out the true mass of everybody, especially when you see food in the store that went up higher and everything is increased. Nobody's making money, but the bills are still the same. You see, a lot of people didn't prepare for today, and that's stressful. Make you a plan B. Always. Don't worry about what other people say about you. If you have to carry that same pocketbook for 6 months, your pocketbook don't say Louis Vuitton. It still carry your stuff, and you got your money in your pocket. Because see, days like this, times like this, is when you sitting back feeling less stressed than the person who don't know how they're going to pay their rent tomorrow. Now, we all make it to that point eventually, but we're not at that point right now. Stay safe and talk to you on Sunday. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Goodbye.